What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion recap. This is for part 2. Let's get off into this old nasty review, honey, okay? Now, first off, guys, I want to say this. I absolutely loved how Carlos King held everybody accountable and responsible for their actions on that stage, honey. Bravo. Bravo, bravo. This part 2, honey, had it going on. It was good. Okay, had Miss Robinson at the edge of her seat. Okay. So we pick up where we left off with Carlos asking Kiki, has Tisha ever speculated that Marsau cheated on her? And Kiki said yes. Tisha over there looking dizzy and confused. Tisha, let me say this. We have been watching you, sweetie, on this show. And we have seen you question your husband and his fidelity to you. Okay, you have broken down and cried. So I know if I've seen that with my own 2 eyes on the show, it is very possible that it happened off the show. Okay, so girl, you need to quit. This is why a lot of people don't respect you, Tisha, because you don't come off like a real chick. You're not keeping it honest up there. You're trying to act like your marriage is more perfect than what it is. And you need to stop and stop blaming male. Okay? Stop blaming male. This stuff is not male's fault. This is on you and your husband. Okay? Carlos asked Tisha, so is Kiki lying right now? Yeah, Kiki lying. Kiki lying. Kiki is my girl, and Kiki know a lot about me. That's why Melody contacted her about me. Girl, you sound smart to somebody dumb. You are over there doing the same bullshiggity with Destiny. You are contacting Destiny, getting dirt on Melody, because guess what? Destiny and Melody used to be very close friends, like sisters. Okay? That's why Destiny got on this here reunion. I don't think they played it for part 2. I think it's coming in part 3, where she says to Melody, oh, I could just put all your business out here. Okay? So she may not have said that verbatim like I just said it, but that's what she was alluding to. Okay, she wanted to expose Melody and any of her past behavior. Why? Because guess what? They used to be friends. That's no different from what you are doing, okay, with Destiny. So you can't get mad at Melody and Kiki. You over there doing the same thing. Miss Codependent. Y'all know she ain't got her own brain. So what had happened was I found a picture of a girl in MARSAU'S phone. Why we didn't been hear about this story? Why are we just now hearing about this story? Because where there's smoke, there's some fire. You, for all these years on this show, have portrayed that you too good to be cheated on. Marsau don't look at other women. Where there's smoke, there's fire. He actually had a woman's picture, a naked picture in his phone. Okay, you could have been brought this to the forefront. You didn't, because it didn't coincide with the image that you want other people to believe about your marriage. Okay? And honey, Melody was just a smiling, and I would have been smiling too, because for so long, Tisha has tried to make it look like Melody is jealous of her marriage. No, you get to tell on your own self. You get to back away of trying to have this image about your marriage. You go put your own self out there. Okay, that way everybody can stop deflecting, saying Melody is trying to ruin Marceau and Tisha's happy home. Okay, it was a booty shot, and Marceau was up there smiling. Okay, because he knows he was caught red-handed. Okay, Kiki said to Tisha, I'm sorry, it was Tisha to Kiki saying, we researched her and I didn't find nothing else on the girl. You found a picture of a woman's ass in your man's phone. Okay? Tisha, this is why you look bad, sweetie, because you could have been came out and got ahead of this story instead of Carlos having to dig and ask follow-up questions to get information from you. And shout out to Carlos King. I used to work in the customer service field for over 13 years, and this is what I had to do for my job. I was an interviewer. I had to ask follow-up questions. And when you ask anybody follow-up questions, you could get closer to the truth if you are dealing with people that got stuff to hide. Okay, you also have to probe them. Okay? So that lets you know Tisha is not an honest person, and we know that damn man that be taking us on a damn ride and on a scavenger hunt. We know he a big liar too, honey, okay? And a lie, don't care who tell it. Carlos asked Marceau, how did that photo get in your phone? Because Tisha wanted to hurry up and dismiss the issue. Yeah, I talked to Marceau about it. I talked to him. Marceau said he interviewed the girl and she just sent him a picture out the blue. I'm not buying it. Not buying it. Not Tisha. I keep getting their damn names confused, you guys. Kiki was looking bewildered and confused by Marceau's answer because she doesn't believe it. And even Miss Wanda was up there looking. Okay? So as it turns out, honey, okay, because as the lie turns, okay, Marceau hearted the picture, okay, because he was getting ready to lie again because Carlos was like, well, did you respond? And Kiki blurted the truth out. This is why it's very important and imperative for Kiki to be at this damn reunion, because without Kiki, we wouldn't get the truth out of the Scotts. Okay, let's have a moment of silence. And some of y'all need to quit saying, well, Melody a hater and she shouldn't be up there, trying to expose them. And no, we got to expose people that try to hide shit. Okay? Thank you, Kiki. Kiki said Marceau commented a mid-day's work surprise. So a woman sent you a ass shot. You heart and like the picture and comment. And I know a lot of people will say, yeah, but that's still not nothing. No, if he's willing to do that, okay, he's capable of cheating, guys. Period. I don't need to hear no more. I don't need to see no more. I could see how they was on here lying and how they was trying to get out of straight up telling the damn truth. That damn Carlos had to... he had to squeeze like a lemon, he had to squeeze the truth out of them. Okay? Carlos asks another wonderful question. Why did a woman feel comfortable sending you that? Carlos also asks, did the woman and you have conversations which would, make her feel comfortable for her to send you that? Tisha over there looking worried at her man, honey. Martel makes a joke. Maurice laughs. Because Maurice, the big brother that he is, you guys got to pay attention. He's always trying to laugh off of any of MARSAU'S boo-boos. It's like he treats MARSAU like a little kid. Look at the fight between Martel and MARSAU. And MARSAU was the aggressor, but Maurice felt the need to swing at Martel. Make it make sense. But yeah, Mr. Maurice, he's not innocent either. I saw that deflection. We're having a serious conversation. And here go you and Martel trying to help your buddy out. Let's laugh. And then MARSAU starts laughing. And now MARSAU is not being held accountable and responsible for his actions. Tisha even starts laughing when just a minute ago she wasn't. Okay? I'm just replaying the dynamics of this group and what they do when you try to get the truth up out of them. MARSAU gets to stuttering and gets to saying, well, women send him them type of pics all the time. We're not talking about now, nigga. Okay, well, that was my very first one. Child, quit with the layers. The truth will set you free. Okay, don't you want to be free? Damn. But that was the only thing that I ever seen. And, it's not like I saw other pictures, and it's not like, it was something that was going on between him and the girl. Miss Codependent, gotta stick up for her man because this fool is busted. Okay? But yeah, MARSAU doubled down on what his wife said. Yeah, there was no ongoing communication with her. That was the end of it. You were wrong. You still shouldn't have did that. And I know some people will still say, yeah, but he still didn't get caught cheating. I don't need to see or hear. That's enough for me. Okay? That's enough for me. And how he treats his wife on this here show. I love that Carlos was not buying Tisha's response. He replayed the visual for her. He said that your husband received a sexually explicit picture from another woman that he liked and responded to. On top of that, Tisha, you constantly have heard rumors of your husband cheating. You mean to tell me you didn't really feel or think that there was a possibility that your man was cheating on you? Thank you, Carlos. Because guess what? Carlos is not buying it. Okay? These niggas was playing basketball at this reunion, trying to serve up a nice layup and a jump shot, and guess what? Each and every time, Carlos said, not today and tomorrow don't look good either, honey. I'm not buying y'all foolishness. Get that bullshiggity out of here. He was just blocking they shots, honey, and Miss Robinson was here for it. I was. Hold these people accountable. Okay, because Tisha loves sitting over there on that couch on this high horse about how her and her man been together for 16 years and he ain't never cheated on her. He would never do to her what Martel did to Mel. Okay, she loved living out that visual. Okay, Tisha's excuse is she researched it. No, you didn't research shit. You are codependent. You suffer from internalized misogyny. And if that nigga has cheated on you, and if he would have did what Martel did, your weak ass would have put up with it. Okay? Period. Girl, stop capping for that man. You're not strong. You're not. You don't have the strength that Melody has, but yet you feel like you are a opponent up against her, like you're strong enough. It's laughable to even come up against her. Okay? Melody is serving LL Cool J, I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Okay? And you gonna get knocked out. You did get knocked out on that stage. You always try to act way more harder than what you really are, Tisha. That's what I don't respect about you. Got all that mouth, can't back it up. Always need everybody to take your side while you play the damn victim. Well, Mel just want everybody to think my husband cheat on me. Girl, shut up. Tisha, once again, I told y'all gotta watch her, okay? She's always trying to throw Martel and Mel under the bus. The thing that they trying to throw at us is the actual things that they was really dealing with. More deflecting, more blaming, okay? That's what a child does. A child blames. A woman is accountable. A woman would have kept it right there with her husband and her. Because that's who Carlos asked you about. He didn't ask you about Melody. He didn't ask you about Martel. He didn't ask you about Ariane. You've been with that nigga for so long, Tisha, you act just like him. Taking us on a damn scavenger hunt. Stand there like a woman and answer the damn question. And stop trying to use the hoax as a scapegoat to compare your marriage to. That's how I know you're a weak person. I know people that's weak with low self-esteem. I done been around it. Always got to compare themselves to somebody else. See, I look a little bit better than them because my stuff ain't like that and I'm this. And if you really felt so good about yourself, you would stand up there and own your stuff. You wouldn't bring other people into it. You deflecting, which is what your husband does for a living. Tisha also brings up the fact that Martel has did a lot of stuff with multiple girls. Now Martel is looking at her like, bitch, I was trying to be nice to your ass, but maybe I done told you once, I done told you twice, honey. Next time, I'm not gonna be so nice. You don't want to make an enemy out of Martel, sweetie, because he will have you up there embarrassed. If you had any sense, you would be embarrassed now. And I love that Carlos stuck it to her weak ass. Yeah, Tisha, but exactly. Get on my damn nerves. Carlos says to Tisha, I don't care if he F one girl or 1,000, it's wrong. But so defensive. Kiki know me. She know I would never put up with all of that. We see you on the show taking his shit and putting up with it. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't about that life. Okay? You ain't about that life, sweetie. I'm not that girl. That's a dig at Mel. I'm not that girl. I just wouldn't sit up and put up with that. Yes, you would. Maurice and Kimmy, they know that you would. Carlos, I forgot about all of this with this other girl until Kiki brought it up on the show. Do y'all see how she always strategically blames somebody for her skeletons coming out the closet? That's a kid. It happened so long ago. She lies again. It was probably like 14 years ago, Kiki said. It wasn't no 14 years. Kiki is not supporting your lie. Okay? Carlos does not believe Tisha. That's all I loved about this scene, honey. He didn't believe her. Carlos asks Miss Wanda, did you know anything about this? Miss Wanda says, I didn't know anything about this. Miss Wanda said, Tisha, don't tell her everything. Of course she's not, because she wants you to see her marriage a certain way too. And that's another way that I know that I'm looking at a codependent, is because they do care about how things look. But looks can be very deceiving. Okay? Carlos asks Miss Wanda, how does it feel knowing that your daughter experienced this with Marceau? Miss Wanda said it hurt her to hear this. Miss Wanda said, cheating is cheating. If you look at somebody's ass, that is cheating. Thank you, Miss Wanda. Maurice, Mr. Lemonhead over there, that they got to take up for his brother, honey, because his brother, honey, can't ever handle his own battles. Maurice was like, well, then if that's the case, I cheated too. I don't need no confirmation from you if you've ever stepped out. I know you have, Maurice. You defend way too much foolishness. You was in defense of Martel and Coleslaw hanging out, and you not leaving the scene of that crime. Okay? I think if you there, you could have more of an influence. Shut yourself up, sir. Carlos asks Tisha, did you feel like Kiki went behind your back to film the show? Tisha says, she told me that Mel asked her to film with her. See, let me bring Mel. Are you guys paying attention? Always got to bring Mel into it. He asked you a question. He didn't have Mel in one of his questions. You got to bring her up. Tisha says she feels like Kiki told her she was filming, but, she didn't tell her all of what she said on the show. Kiki denied it and said, no, I told you everything. I don't have a reason to lie. I'm team Kiki, guys. I already can see and tell what Tisha is doing. Okay? She's over there trying to put on a performance and trying to make it look like her marriage is so perfect, because she doubles down and says, oh, well, she knows that I didn't consider that picture cheating. And, girl, goodbye, Tisha. Goodbye. Good night, girl. Somebody read this child a bedtime story and put her to sleep, honey. Okay? Kiki says she's not going to allow Tisha to make her look like a liar and accuse her of doing things that she knows she did not do. Miss Wanda says that's exactly what you are. Shut up, Miss Wanda. Because how many times have you questioned Marceau about him allegedly cheating on your daughter? Okay, see, y'all forgot that y'all done filmed these scenes. Okay? And y'all was asking Marceau all these questions, especially you, Miss Wanda, about his back and how you believe that's his big ass back. Kiki says she loves Tisha. Miss Wanda says if you love Tisha, you wouldn't go to Mel and talk about your cousin. Like I said, all is fair in love and war. Because whatever y'all accuse Kiki of doing with Melody, Tisha is over there doing the same thing with Destiny. I don't want to hear this about, but blood thicker than water. Blood is blood. Okay? It should be thicker than water, but you don't owe nobody no loyalty that don't have it when it come to you. Because how many times has Marceau disrespected Kiki, and Tisha has sat up there and allowed that man to do that, and even joked with Melody and Martel about her own cousin having addiction issues. And I believe they both laughed. Okay? Because Tisha, you were serving For My Man, and y'all know the TV show that come on TV1, that's what you were serving at this here reunion. You will do anything for your man. You will even turn against your own family. So she don't owe you no loyalty. Y'all have delusions of grandeur when y'all feel like somebody should sit up and be so loyal. Melody is not wrong for talking to Kiki about Tisha, because Tisha is over there doing the same damn thing with Destiny. And if what Kiki and Melody is doing wrong, then Tisha and Destiny is doing wrong. And y'all need to call that out too. But a lot of y'all won't do that because you dislike Mel and you want everybody to be against her. I get it. Kiki called out Miss Wanda for always, putting her down and talking about her on her social media, which we have seen Miss Wanda do. And Miss Wanda, of all people, ain't got no loyalty. Okay, she's willing to talk about kids. Okay, and comparing their hair to each other. Okay, she's even willing to talk about a child's paternity. Okay, so Miss Wanda is low in the gutter, honey. Y'all know she reside on that first floor. So Carlos asked Kimmy what really took place at the Christmas party that did not air. Kimmy said everything started outside and it started with Kiki. They played the footage of basically Kiki saying she has always found it difficult to hash out issues with Tisha. Kimmy, I'm sorry, I felt like that was fine. I did not see where Kiki stabbed Tisha in the back. The part that everybody is hung up on is the fact that Kiki is Tisha's cousin. That's what y'all hung up on. That's not enough. Family is not loyal like that. Okay, take it from me. If you've been watching me for a, certain amount of time, I could tell you it's been my family that has did me the dirtiest, that has talked about my own daughter like a dog because they didn't get their way with me. Okay? I've had my own mother violate my boundaries. She didn't give a damn about me being her daughter. It was all about doing whatever the hell she wanted to do in that moment. See, when people have certain personality disorders, and I know because I work in the mental health industry, there's nothing you can do about that. Blood is not going to change that. When people have a certain personality, they move in a certain low down, dirty way, they don't give a damn about you being blood. Okay, it's par for the course. This is their way of being with everybody. Everybody can get it. Everybody can be a victim. Everybody is a target. And everybody gets hurt. And guess what? That person with the personality disorder don't give a damn. There's no empathy. There's no feelings or emotions. I know from dealing with my own mother, she'll be like, yeah, but get over that. Let's move on. No, because bitch, you ain't about to get another chance to backstab me. You better get to addressing what you did. Okay? Kimmy's argument is, Kiki, why would you have this type of conversation with people that don't even know Tisha? They are on the show. Kiki is a friend of Melody. Melody is having a party. We know when parties happen, people gossip. This is a TV show. Okay? If they felt they could have a honest, emphasis on the word honest, conversation with Tisha, then they would have it. They didn't feel like they could, because you even saw Kiki when she was talking to Kimmy in that scene. She was shaking her head like, I can't talk to Tisha. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because Tisha don't listen. All Tisha do is take up for her husband. All Tisha is concerned about is herself and her husband and her family. Okay, I told y'all how many times has MARSAU disrespected Kiki, and Tisha sat up there and did nothing, had no loyalty to her, and I wouldn't have no loyalty to Tisha either. Bitch, I'm gonna sit up here and let your ass hang out here to dry. Family or not. Period. Okay, this is not about family, guys. Get your head up out the clouds and out the crack of your ass. This is about human behavior. When you don't have loyalty to people, they don't owe you no loyalty. I had an ex-boyfriend that would gossip about me to my enemies and mutual friends that would be around, and it would make it back to me. This same boyfriend tried to accuse me of cheating on him. This is in my past, honey. I don't owe you no loyalty, because wasn't you just sitting with my ops talking about me like a damn dog? Don't expect any loyalty. You can't cry and whine that a person is cheating on you. In that situation, I didn't, but I'm just saying, I don't owe you no loyalty. You can't do wrong to an MFer and tell them how mad to get. The words of Doniva, and he is so right, honey, when he said that. And if you don't pay on the front end, you go pay on the back end. And I'm going to hip y'all to Angie Stone. What goes around comes around. What comes up must come down. The things you do, it comes back to you. And don't nobody care about no blood. This is human behavior. If a person gives you boundaries about how to maneuver and behave in their life and you violate that boundary, you can't get mad that now the consequence is for them not to associate with you. You violated several boundaries. I'll give y'all an example with my mother. My mother violated several boundaries in terms of my daughter. I told her I didn't want my daughter around certain people. I let her know, you will not see your grandchild ever again if I find out she's at such and such house. My mother violated the boundary, not once, but several times. And then, guess what? After there was consequences, she ran and told a friend of mine, Brandy is keeping my granddaughter away from me. Brandy's such a bad person. No, you violated a boundary. And there's a consequence for that behavior. And I don't want to hear this bullshiggity about you, my mother. I don't give a damn. I told my mother a long time ago, yes, you are my mother, but you are also a woman first that just so happens to be my mother. Her eyes got big. I know she was like, I know this heifer didn't, but I said it and I meant it. And you could put a period at the end of it. Let's get back to the show. Okay? I'm just trying to explain to you all human behavior. So Marceau brings up a question to Martel about, did he laugh and joke about Kiki's addiction? Remember, that's what Melody accused Marceau and Tisha of doing when they all had that get together. Martel says he's not gonna lie. Shit. They ain't ever stopped you before. He said he don't remember. Okay? He too busy getting side chicks pregnant, honey. Marceau said on the stage, and I hope he knows that he looked bad when he said this. Okay, he thought he was providing clarity. No, you provided even more confusion and you made yourself look bad because you doubled down on the fact that you felt the need to tell the hosts about Kiki's addiction. I guess Kiki was going to come to the Christmas party later. You shouldn't have did that. That wasn't your place. Melody asked him, she said, well, who told about her addiction? Marceau, I did. Melody smiled. Exactly. You're wrong, Marceau. There's no getting around it, sweetie. You were wrong. But see, Marceau lacks accountability and responsibility like his wife. That's why they've been married this long. Birds of a feather flock together. A lot of codependents have narcissistic tendencies just like their man. Why else would they put up with so much from a devil? Why? You would have to be similar to that person. I rest my case. Marceau said he never joked about someone hurting in a situation like that, which is Kiki's addiction. Marceau says to Carlos, the reason why Melody is saying what she's saying is so she can turn Kiki against us. Sweetie, if you've been paying attention, Marceau, Tisha and Kiki are not close. Okay, and what is this backstory that I heard, I think, from Kiki saying that Miss Wanda and another family member would have this competition between Tisha and Kiki because Kiki came up living good and Letitia and Miss Wanda and them, honey, grew up on the other side of the tracks, which is what Marceau said about his own wife, right? Right. So, honey, I'm with Kiki, honey, and Melody. Here go Maurice having to defend his brother. There were times where Marceau would arrive in the middle of the night, in the heat of the night, honey, to help Kiki out. Shut up, Lemonhead. Carlos asks Kiki, does she believe Marceau laughed at her? And she said, I know he's a jokester. I honestly believe the Marceau I know wouldn't laugh about that. But Kiki, you obviously believe it. I believe they did that. I believe they did that. And I believe that it is not Melody that's in the middle of Kiki and Tisha's relationship. Remember, these two were already at odds, okay? They were pit up against each other. So, in a way, it don't matter if he laughed or not. He still comes at you ferociously and aggressively. And his wife says nothing. So he probably joked about it that night, and she probably said nothing that night too. I mean, we can pretty much tell by the behavior I see on my reunion screen, honey. Kiki admits that Tisha was there for her during her addiction and was the first person she told about it, and Tisha took her to rehab. Kiki said she felt betrayed by Marceau. There was no need for him to divulge that information. Carlos asks Kiki where is her relationship with Tisha. Kiki says they are cordial. Tisha is still pissed off because she's a child that Kiki went to Mel's Christmas party and talked about her and their relationship. You're over there doing the same stuff with Destiny, sweetie. Carlos said to Kiki and Tisha, at the end of the day, you all are first cousins. It's sad that, a TV show, would get in the middle of y'all relationship. And I'm here to tell y'all, that ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China, because it was my first cousins that backstabbed me. Okay? They also spread rumors to people in the family about how I'm a whore. So I'm just here to let y'all know, honey, it don't matter if these people are first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth cousins. It does not matter. Okay? They want to spread rumors about you. They want to talk about you. They will. They talked about Jesus. Okay? So anybody is capable of anything, honey. They began talking about Miss Wanda and Melody's fractured relationship. Carlos began saying that the altercation, I guess, with Melody and Wanda was really huge. That's the most talked about situation, I guess, of the show. He asked Melody, how did everything get started with Miss Wanda at the Madani? Melody stated that she was first talking to Bernard about his behavior towards her on live, because I guess Mr. Bernard, honey, began with Miss Wanda, and they be both, going in on Melody, and she confronted him first. Miss Wanda chimed in, and Miss Wanda is over there saying that's not how everything, got started. Miss Wanda said that Melody actually came out there with her mother and she was on live and got to saying how she is there to get stuff started, which is not true. She was live, and I believe they began telling her, to put her phone away, and, they're filming. And Melody had mentioned Martel was out there, and then that's when fans began to say, well, blink twice, Mel, if you need any help. Mel said, oh, I got it. The people said that because Mel mentioned that, she was once again around Martel, and we know that these two hadn't filmed with each other, in a while. So at that time, it was a big deal. That's what that was about. Miss Wanda defends Bernard and said that he never said that he had his chopper for Melody. He just said it, I guess, in general. Carlos begins asking Miss Wanda about how did you begin questioning the paternity of Sugar Mama. And Miss Wanda said that she saw Martell questioning the paternity of his last child with Mel, which is Sugar Mama, on Dr. Heavenly's show. Like I said before, I felt like that was a deflection on Miss Wanda's part. She had no business bringing Martell, Dr. Heavenly into it, because whatever Martell says about Melody, that's between him and Melody. I'm not saying that Martell was right with what he said. He was wrong as well, but y'all know how Martell is. When he in his feelings with Melody, he likes to be petty, hit below the belt. That's simply something that's between him and Melody. Miss Wanda weaponized that information and used it to attack Melody. And for her to say that, well, Melody was talking about my baby daddy when she was on your show. First off, Tisha is a grown woman. So you all are all grown. And your baby daddy probably was in her DMs. And the point I'm making, guys, is one thing ain't got to do with the other. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with it. Miss Wanda, you don't need to respond to everything that Melody say about your baby daddy, because that's a true statement that he probably was in her DMs. Okay? How is that a dig at you? It's not. You hit way below the belt by questioning the paternity of Melody's last child, and you did that to hurt her, because that's what people do on the first floor, honey. Carlos asks Melody, is that true? Is that how you took, what Miss Wanda said? Do you think it's because he was on Heavenly's show? And she was like, no. Miss Wanda was actually being real nasty on her live and saying that she knows the man that I cheated with, and she got a picture. And Melody is telling the truth, because I remember that. Miss Wanda kept saying she'll put the picture up to the child and say that, that's Sugar Mama's dad. And see, when you saying stuff like that, you're going way too far. Okay? I love that Carlos held Miss Wanda accountable for questioning the paternity of, Sugar Mama's dad. I love that he held her feet to the fire. He's just like, your clap back at Melody should have been to her, not questioning the paternity of, who's her child's father. That's going too far. You bringing children into it. Children are off limits. And I agree. So Miss Wanda uses some excuse about, oh, well, on the show, I've questioned Marceau about him being a baby dad. Was I talking about a child, or was I just questioning, the baby dad of the situation, right? Then Carlos said, well, that's a non-existent baby, allegedly. And then everybody started laughing. Honey, that was funny. Carlos asked Martel, did he ever question the paternity of his child? Did he ever doubt that Sugar Mama was his baby? Martel said no. Okay, and I believe him. I think, like I said, he was just talking bullshiggity on Dr. Heavenly's show because, once again, he wanted to avoid responsibility and accountability for how he treated Melody. Remember, Martel is one of them people, you know, he can't handle the fact that he cheated on Mel and had a baby on her, so he tries to throw out there, well, she done cheated too, and, you know, I got my doubts too, and, you know, he likes to say stuff like that. Carlos asks Kimmy and Maurice, do y'all understand why the Holtz was as upset as they were? And Maurice says he understands both sides. Maurice puts it on Martel and says, I don't think that Martel should have ever questioned the paternity of his child on Dr. Heavenly's show, because had Martel not put it out there, you know, Miss Wanda wouldn't have said what she said, but child, shut up, lemon head, okay, or lemon drop. Okay, you done lost your mind. Okay? You done lost it. This is not Martel's fault. This is on Miss Wanda. And I'm so happy that Carlos got furious, put his foot down, and dug into their ass and was like, honey, not today, and tomorrow don't look good either. Okay? You don't question the paternity of a child. You don't bring a child into it. Miss Wanda was wrong. Carlos asked Tisha, you know, do you feel like your mother was wrong for what she said about the Holtz child? And here go Miss Codependent. Yeah, you know, I felt like my mother was wrong, but no, bitch, there is no buts. Your mother was wrong. What is wrong with you? We don't never get the truth out of you. There's never no accountability or responsibility for your husband's behavior or your mother's behavior. It's always yeah, but. When you act up, it's yeah, but. But Mel always blaming. Blaming. That's what a child does. Tisha is such an idiot. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because once again, she wants to insult Melody without insulting Melody, right? She wants to be passive aggressive. She says that her mom was just pointing out that Mel was sleeping around. Why would you say something like that? Because, bitch, you love trying to throw Melody under the bus and trying to make her look like a hoe. You love throwing in her face that Martel has cheated on her, had a baby on her, and you love trying to make it look like she done stepped out possibly on him. This is not her first time saying that, guys. She has did this before. Melody said sleeping around when? Because she caught that she was sitting on that stage trying to shade her, trying to make it look like she's some hoe. When you know damn well that man was cheating on her and dogging and disrespecting her. Remember, you was her friend during that time. Probably laughing and smiling the whole time. You was comforting her. Some friend you are. Melody girl, she was never your friend. Once again, this bitch blames Melody. Was it wrong for Mel to even bring this situation to a television show? Once again, are y'all paying attention to how this girl is always trying to blame Melody for everything? It's disgusting. Carlos was furious because he saw what she was doing. Dustin, shout out to you, baby. You saw it too. The guy that Carlos King has on his show. Y'all make sure y'all is checking out Dustin and Carlos's reviews of this reunion, because we're going to talk about it. Tisha says, I think it's fair to call both of them out, her mother and Mel. She is doing what Karen Huger did on Real Housewives of Potomac when it was Mia that was disrespectful to Wendy, when it was Mia that threw the drink on Wendy, when it was Mia that tried to hit Wendy in the head with a purse. How the hell do you blame both people when only one person is responsible for the bad behavior? Make it make sense. Even Martel laid into Tisha. What is so wrong about saying my mother was wrong? Thank you, Martel. Because this child always has some type of excuse for her mother's behavior. I'm sick of it. Once again, this bitch blames Melody while she's talking to Martel. Well, what we not gonna do is blame my mother for everything, because nobody ever holds Mel accountable for anything she do. To those of you that don't believe that Tisha is jealous of Mel, that Tisha got her gun pointed at Mel, that Mel is Tisha's target, watch this reunion over and over again, and you will hear Miss Codependent bringing up Melody when nobody's asking her about Melody. They're talking about your mother. You're deflecting. But your gun is pointed at Melody. She's the scapegoat for you. She's the person to blame. You hate her so much. Marceau tries to double down on Wanda's behavior. I believe Miss Wanda's intention was to talk about Melody. No, she was wrong. How many times, Marceau, on this show have you told Tisha that her mother is wrong and her mother be overstepping her boundaries? Why is this so different? Because you all have made Melody your target. She has. Y'all have. Because y'all don't like Melody for the fact that she was trying to expose the truth, not a lie, because the truth came out that your marriage ain't so perfect, and you're up there on the stage looking stupid and pitiful and feeling bad. So you figure, yeah, let's double down and really try to have Miss Wanda's back. And Carlos was not having it, and I was so here for it. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Martel. How do you know what Miss Wanda's intentions were? Exactly. Because you're trying to overly defend somebody and not hold them accountable and responsible for their actions. Marceau says that Melody cleverly, rephrased the argument to get it up off of her to make it about somebody disrespected her child. Once again, these people are trying to get out of a responsibility and accountability for their actions. Maurice jumps in to defend the foolishness of Marceau, Tisha, and Wanda as well. He tried to make it into it's about baby daddies, and no. I like that Carlos held Maurice's feet to the fire, because remember, Maurice cussed Tiffany Whitlow out for her speaking on Monster, vaping in that bathroom. Yeah, you didn't like it, Maurice, when it was your kid. You didn't like that. Carlos said, it seems like you guys are making excuses for Miss Wanda's behavior. Yes, you are. Here go Kimmy. Who is you guys? Kimmy, you was sitting over there quiet. You never jumped in until Carlos held your feet to the fire. Inadvertently. Kimmy messed up when she began to defend herself. Well, I'm going to speak for Kimmy, and I've spoken out against Tisha and told her mother oversteps her boundaries and her mother was wrong on many occasions. But I felt like, I did feel like Miss Wanda was backpedaling when she tried to mention Martel and Heavenly's conversation. I think it's just common rumors that are out there. Carlos was not buying that. I'm not buying that, because I have yet to hear those rumors. I never seen anything where anybody questioned the paternity of Sugar Mama. Never. I didn't hear anything until I heard Miss Wanda refer to it. And she's using Martell's conversation with Dr. Heavenly as an excuse for her bad behavior. And Carlos kept trying to tell them, you know, all of y'all is wrong and y'all didn't have that same energy when it came to Monster. Y'all all agreed that Tiffany was wrong. But in this situation, y'all got all these excuses. And I agree. And I'm glad he dug into their ass. Okay? I honestly don't believe that the cast was expecting that, especially them Scots, and I'm talking about all of them. Carlos brings up the fact that in one of the earlier seasons that Martel had a conversation with MARSAU'S son MJ about, you know, Martel putting out the rumors that his father had an affair with over 20 women. We saw that Martel apologized, you know, to MJ for making that comment. Carlos says to the Scots, specifically Marceau and Tisha, that he felt passionate about airing Martel, you know, apologizing to MJ about, you know, him making that comment. And, you know, he said, I'm not even a parent, but I know that probably hurt MJ's feelings hearing that about his father. And particularly, it was a lie. And Martel copped to it, apologized for it, you know, and that was that. But Carlos's issue is this situation is black and white. You know, your mother spoke about an innocent child and it was wrong. And y'all excuse is, yeah, but Mel was saying stuff about her. But see, you can take things way too far. Okay? You could take stuff way too far, especially when it's somebody's child. My relatives, you guys, that I have told you all about, talked about my daughter like a dog. Did I want to whoop their ass? Yes, I did. They actually threatened to whoop my ass after they talked about my daughter like a dog. I never responded back to them. I just knew I was going to cut them out of my life. But I was hurt. Because how dare you talk about my innocent baby? She's did nothing to you. Okay, I've did nothing to you and don't owe you a damn thing. So when somebody talk about your child, it's very hurtful, and I know all about it. Here go Tisha. I told my mama she was wrong. I always tell her when she wrong. Tisha, shut the hell up. You weaponized your mother on this show. Okay? You allow her to say and do whatever. Because she's your mother, you hate Melody, you don't have the guts and the gumption to stand up to Melody your damn self, so you use your mother as the secret sniper, as your little secret weapon. Marceau do it too. If anybody is watching this show, we could all see it. And Carlos immediately stopped Tisha in her tracks. I was here for her. I was like, yes, Carlos. Carlos got on Tisha and said, yeah, but it took you a minute, Tisha, to even admit that your mother was wrong. Because as soon as I tried to get you to hold your mother responsible and accountable for her actions, you said my mother was wrong, and that is what Tisha did. Melody was over there smiling. Carlos asked Melody, what are you thinking right now? Melody said, I think you are making some very good points. I think that Melody loved the fact that Carlos had her back and really held the Scots' feet to the fire, because what I noticed all of them do, I should say, Maurice included, Tisha is the ringleader of it, and Marceau is all of them. They have a hatred for Mel. And they all try to, yeah, but Mel, because they see Melody as the threat. And I told you all in one of my other videos, whenever you are the threat, you will always be the target. Okay? When certain people go into a workplace, there's a reason why certain people are bullied. Okay? Because a lot of times your boss be threatened by you, your beauty. Okay? Your standards, your excellence, what you stand for. They be threatened by all of that, and they could see you when you come into a room. They could smell the confidence, and if they got low self-esteem, guess what? They don't like you for that. They'll resent you for feeling good about yourself. And that's simply the way of the world. Martel begins to question Carlos, and I'm like, hook-headed, you was doing good, shut your ass up, you was doing good, being quiet. But he gets on Carlos, well, why you don't have the same energy, when it come to my daughter? My nigga, what reunion is you at? Carlos has did nothing but defend your damn daughter. That's why he done laid into the Scots several times. Well, yeah, but, Miss Wanda talked about my daughters first and their hair. And, there was a reason why I jumped into her face. And, this like her second or third time doing it. Nigga, he's trying to advocate for you and your family. Shut up, hook-headed. See, I was trying to call your ass Martel, but just like coleslaw, honey, I be trying to call y'all by y'all real name, but since y'all on the first floor, I will use the name in which you really need to go by, hook-headed. And hers is coleslaw, okay? Carlos says, y'all never came to me about the hair thing. Martel says, I don't think we should have to. Child, shut up, Martel. Because at the end of the day, them your damn kids, and only you can protect them, and only you can speak up about them. Them not his kids. Period. You need to speak up about your kids and raise an issue, and you didn't. You didn't at that time. What you did was you confronted Miss Wanda, and that's fine. But don't try to blame it on Carlos. Carlos was like, shit, you got me messed up. Carlos said that Martel emailed and called him all the times about other issues. He said, do you not? And you could see hook-headed, honey, backing off the lid. I'm like, yeah, shut up, fool, before we put all your business out here with your big head self. Carlos mentioned that I guess both Martel and Mel came to him about, what Wanda was saying about their child. And that's why the comeback group all got back together and, hashed out their differences at that dinner. Tisha says to Melody, well, I have a question. How do you expect to have a calm conversation? And I guess she was referring to her mother, when you was on live. And Melody said, she stopped her dead in her tracks, which you should all do when you are talking to people on the first floor, because they always reaching and trying to deflect and dismiss and deny and don't take responsibility and accountability for their actions, their parents' actions, their husband's actions, honey. Melody said, I'm definitely not about to respond to somebody that just sat up here and defended their mother several times after she done talked about my kids on multiple occasions. I said, you better say it, Miss Melody Cherie, okay? Now, once again, if you have been listening to this review, I have said one thing over and over as it pertains to Letitia Scott. She is a blamer. She is a kid that points their finger. It's Mel fault. It's Mel fault. It's raining. It's Mel fault. The mail is running late. It's Mel fault. Okay? The comeback group don't want to get back together. It's Mel fault. My man is coming home late at night. It's Mel fault. Everything. Go back and watch the reunion, guys. Everything was Mel's fault. She has a overly defensive attitude when bringing up Melody. Even Dustin mentioned it on his review of this reunion. Tisha is willing to step to the plate and tried to get her words together and, trying to confront and approach and grow and learn when she's talking about Mel. Okay? But she's always blaming Mel, you guys. And Dustin made a great point. He said so much of Letitia's growth has to do with Melody. Okay, so she can go head to head with Melody, so she could try to compete where she don't compare, when it was Melody that was giving her ass the blueprint. Okay, bloop, bloop. Okay, did you forget, Letitia? Because I know my mother and I know her heart. Once again, you are overly defending your mother. Carlos asks Melody about Miss Wanda's apology. She ain't buying it. Melody says she not buying it because Miss Wanda really don't believe she said or did anything wrong. And I'm with Mel. You only apologize because you got called out for your bad behavior. Carlos asks Melody, do you see a world where you are able to move forward with everybody? And Melody said never. And I'm with Melody. I wouldn't trust these people. I would never have anything to do with Miss Letitia Scott. She is a jealous hater. Kimmy, I would kind of deal with her with a long wooden spoon as well, because I feel like this Kimmy, not Kimmy of yesteryear, honey. I used to love the old Kimmy because Kimmy would really stand up and hold Tisha accountable and responsible for her actions. Now I feel like she over there shucking and jiving for Tisha, and I ain't here for it. I don't want to hear this shit about, that's a sister-in-law. I don't give a damn who somebody is to you. Hold them accountable for their actions. Please, that's the only way they will grow. If this girl is babied and coddled all the time, she gonna keep acting like a damn kid, because that's what Letitia Scott is, a kid that blames. And after all, at the end of the day, everything is Miss Melody Cherie's fault. Okay? Melody said she will never have nothing to do with a lot of the people on the stage, especially Letitia, because, they don't never take any accountability or responsibility for their behavior. I'm with Melody. I can't move forward if you don't acknowledge your bad behavior towards me. I know how some of these codependents act. Like I said, everything is somebody else's fault. They are never a woman about theirs. You got stupid Marceau. He says to Melody, have you ever been accountable for anything? Shut up. Because every time, nigga, we ask you a question, you're always ducking and dodging the damn questions. Okay? Carlos had to perform surgery on this damn stage just to get you to admit it, that you have been inappropriate towards your wife in the past. You have been inappropriate in your marriage to Tisha by commenting on a booty pic of some woman, a raw booty pic. You wasn't gonna get on this stage and admit to that. You wasn't gonna put that out on the forefront. Tisha was going to sit up here and lie about it too. Had we not had Kiki at the reunion, guys, what do you all think would have happened? We wouldn't have found out any more truths about the Scotts, because they don't tell the truth. They lie by omission. They always taking stuff out of the equation or adding little stuff that they want you to focus on so they could deflect. Okay? Melody said, honey, I'm talking to Carlos, and Carlos, I don't hear anybody but you. Exactly. Marceau, shut up. Carlos asked Melody, what do you have to say about what Marceau is saying? Melody said he is entitled to his own opinion. He don't even really know me like that. Exactly. People only know the version of you that they want to know when they are a hater. And both he and his wife and his mother-in-law and his brother, they are haters. I said it. Destiny a damn hater too. With her Dollar Tree dress. Because I heard the whole damn thing fell apart. That's what your ass get. With your non-storyline having ass. Okay? Marceau won't let stuff go. Move on, big toenail head. Carlos, please ask Melody why she went live. You are obsessed. You and your damn wife. Okay? Single black female, well, married black female and married black man is obsessed with Melody. It's a shame. Melody said, y'all eat, sleep, breathe, and clock in and clock out, and y'all mind is always on Mel. Say it, girl. Tisha began telling Melody, no, you needed a storyline. Girl, bye, Tisha. Maurice's messy ass. Go back and watch it, guys. He's laughing. He's not innocent. He's evil because he feels the same way. He's not neutral. Okay? It's not neutral about Mel. And I'm beginning to see that Kimmy isn't either. I told y'all, all these people, they don't like her. They don't see it for her. Marceau said they should have a party and make Mel the topic of the conversation. And Melody was like, please do that. Y'all already do that. And then here go Tisha. You just don't like that people call you out on all your lies. What's the lies, Letitia? Because you didn't want to admit that your man was inappropriate in your marriage. You didn't even want to admit to that. You don't think him responding to a woman that sent him a naked pic is cheating. Okay? You didn't think it was inappropriate. It was, that was nothing. Exactly. He can't even get up to say a few kind words, take you to Africa, take you out on a date without y'all being in y'all place of business. Girl, bye. You put up with bad treatment in that marriage because you's a weak witch. Okay? Tisha tells Melody, you calling my cousin asking about stuff about me. You sit over there with Destiny and do the same shiggity. Idiot. Like, stop talking, please. You and your husband. Child, they was pissing me off. Carlos began saying, well, I think you guys all still care about each other. In order for you all to disagree so passionately, there obviously had to be some love there. I call all types of bullshiggity. You know, Tisha is a hater. Marceau, Maurice, you can probably add Kimmy and Destiny too, honey. Okay, they're haters. I can read the room, guys. Here go Maurice, Martin Luther King. I thought when everybody found out about Kimmy's situation, you know, with the cancer, I thought that would put in everybody's head that life is short and shut up shit. Because life wasn't short a few minutes ago when you was over there smiling like a Cheshire cat trying to defend your brother and laugh off him being inappropriate with his wife in his marriage. So shut up. Martel agrees with what Maurice had to say, and I don't. Okay, I think that Maurice is a person that is a very convenient speaker. Okay, we should be able to move forward, and no, I can't move forward with a hater. I can't move forward with somebody that deny everything they do and their mother do and their husband do, and no. You can't move forward with people that don't acknowledge things, guys. Stormy joins the couch. Her dress was pretty. She's a hater too now. Y'all see how her and her mother are behaving on social media. It's crazy. Destiny is on the couch too. They get to talking about Destiny and Stormy's beef, and they said that they are cool now. They have patched things up, but I was very confused when Carlos asked Stormy, was Destiny aggressive? And she said, no, she isn't, but she threw a whole chair at you. Carlos asked Destiny, why did y'all get into it at the Valentine's Day event? And Destiny said she was annoyed that Stormy asked her the same question over and over. You stupid idiot. She was trying to get clarity because you kept saying, ask her. This is another child, Destiny, that won't just answer the damn question. And I see why you over there with the Scots, because you like to deny, deflect, and dismiss questions that are asked of you. And I'm so glad that Carlos read Destiny for filth and said, Destiny, the producers feel like you're difficult to film. Like they have to try to pull things out of you instead of you just answering questions directly. Instead of you just, telling people about your life, about, your relationship with Jesus and, Stormy said that she felt like the Valentine's Day event was an isolated moment between the two of them. But Stormy, you fake as hell, because on the show you said you wouldn't be interested in being Destiny's friend. That's what you said to Melody on the show. You get your ass down to the reunion, you pulling a Tisha. Now you saying, I ain't got no issue with her. She not aggressive. She cool. I really like her. And girl, goodbye, Stormy. Okay? Carlos brought up the fact that some of the viewers felt like Stormy was too ghetto to be on the show, and this is not love and marriage hip hop. Stormy was crying about how the fans was talking about her, talking about she ratchet and ghetto, and Stormy says, I work hard, I have a successful business. You do, but Stormy, is something about you that reads inauthentic, inconsistent. It's just something very phony and flaky about you now. I'm sorry. I'm just been tallying up your behavior. Carlos gets on Destiny about how a lot of people demanded she be fired from the show. She don't never had no storyline. Destiny is a big liar. She began using La Barbecue as the reason why, she didn't share a lot about her life. And Carlos was like, well, we had 30 plus episodes this season and you still didn't share a lot about your life. And it's not shade, Destiny. It's the truth. Destiny likes to lie and make it look like, well, La Barbecue didn't want me talking about me and him, and, we had an agreement, and no. Well, legally, I couldn't say certain things. Girl, you be lying, and just, spouting out lies, because it's convenient pretty much, and you got called on your shit. And, you was not prepared. Carlos brings up Kimmy and how she has to constantly work hard to pull things out of Destiny. And Kimmy doubled down on it and was like, yeah, I do feel like that. I'm exhausted, after talking with you. And I was exhausted watching Destiny's interactions with Kimmy and Tisha as well. And here go Destiny. She also mentioned, you guys, we'll see more from her next season. Bitch, you shouldn't even get another chance to grace our screens. Carlos asks Kimmy, why do you feel like Destiny behaves that way on camera? And Kimmy said, I just feel like Destiny may be that way. She may be private, but you can't be private on a reality show and then be all up in everybody's business. And I agree. Destiny says that there's been many times on the show she's been emotional and vulnerable, but they just didn't play it on the show. Girl, you had 30 episodes. I know you lying. Destiny says she feel like the show don't tell her story, her full story. You lying. Destiny says that she has filmed her picking up the broken pieces after her marriage. Kimmy jumps in and says, we've all had to do that. We all have had low points on the show. Destiny goes back and forth with Kimmy. Well, I'm talking to him. They talking about me. But Kimmy was like, well, you act like this is specifically, just about you. We all have collectively had to do that. And that's right. I'm glad Kimmy spoke the hell up. Destiny got really defensive with Kimmy. She was upset because she felt like Kimmy trying to get her fired. You could tell by her facial expressions. Marceau said, don't come for Kimmy. Destiny said, I'm not. And Kimmy said, oh, she can. Like, what's up? Kimmy was ready, honey. I was here for it, and it went off. All right, you guys, that's all I got to say about that. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.